welcome back to my small business channel. I'm Elle if you're new here, and I'm the owner of Our Forever Utopia, and I sell quirky, colourful, handmade, hand-painted vases, candles, magnets, keyrings and loads of other things. So if that sounds good to you, I'd love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me on my small business journey, because it means that I don't have to spend these days in my studio alone. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you my 4 best top tips for getting your small business ready for the busy festive period and Christmas sales. My main focus is going to be on organisation, prepping your shop. I am going to be relating mostly to an Etsy shop because that is what I sell on, that is what my small business makes the income on. However, I'm sure a lot of it will cross over onto if you have a Shopify store or an e-commerce store. So before we get started, the main aim for this video is to be helpful for small businesses who are looking for some kind of direction before we head into the busiest 2 months of the year, November and December. And also, if you don't have a small business yourself and you just kind of find it interesting and intriguing to hear about how a small business runs, then this is for you. Tip number 1 is to stock up your shop as soon as possible. So I've done this both ways, where I've either done it one year where I've stocked up the shop in September, October time with both seasonal and non-seasonal items. And I've also done it where like late November, early December, I've launched Christmas. My recommendation is to get it up as soon as possible. Honestly, I don't think any time is too early. You need to give the algorithm enough chance to pick your products up. If you're not putting your products up until late November and the algorithm takes 15 to 20 days to pick your products up, people have already gone past the main focus of buying the Christmas decor for themselves. People will still be looking possibly to gift Christmas decor items, but you've gone past the period of where people are decorating the houses and decorating things like that. So yeah, get your stock up as soon as possible. Tip number 2 is to make sure you've got all of your packaging supplies like business cards, stickers, thank you notes, everything like that, your packing boxes, tape, all ready in stock, because you don't want it to get to a point where you're already stressing about keeping on top of orders, getting orders out to people. You've got to remember you have a lot of customers messaging you during the busiest time to say, where's my order? People are panicking, thinking like, I've ordered this, I need to know it's coming, when is it coming? Like, people want to be kept up to date. And as a small business owner, a lot of the times once that parcel's sent off with whoever you decide your shipping person is, it's kind of out of your hands. And obviously if you use tracking, you can track it to some extent, but it definitely is out of your hands. So you've already got that stress. You don't want to then be thinking, oh, I'm running out of business supplies, I've run out of boxes to pack the orders in, let me order some. Or hang on, the delivery's extended because everybody's having troubles with keeping on top of shipping times, or there's delays, especially Royal Mail. If you use Royal Mail, which I know a lot of small businesses do, the delays are inevitable when it comes to the seasonal period. So you don't want to be trying to order your stock to post your items out when they're already having delivery issues, if you know what I mean. So keep on top if you can. I know it's hard to sort of buy things like that in bulk. It can be really expensive if you're buying like a certain amount of business cards, your thank you cards, your stickers, your tape, your boxes, your whatever else you give with your items. It can actually rack up quite a bill, but if possible, I would say definitely have everything like that already stocked up, nice and organised in your workspace. I actually ordered most of my supplies from Vistaprint recently so that I know I've got them ready for the festive period. So this was definitely the biggest Vistaprint order I've ever done. I restocked on my business cards. Nothing has changed with these. I still really love them so much. And then for the first time ever, I actually ordered thank you cards, like a little thank you print that says some people are artists, some themselves are art. And yeah, I really love the design of these. I did it myself, so I'm really proud of them. And then I also ordered some stickers from Vistaprint, which usually I get on Etsy, but I just thought while I was doing this order I might as well. And again, because Vistaprint are a printing company that do personalised items, it's not just small businesses that are shopping on there. So again, you want to make sure you get them in early, because if they're already fulfilling Christmas orders for other customers, not necessarily businesses, you might sort of get pushed to the back of the pile, and you just want to make sure you've got things like that. Because a lot of my repeat customers actually found me when they were looking for Christmas gifts themselves on Etsy, and they found me, bought the Christmas gift, and then they've come back because they enjoyed what they got. So you've got to remember that obviously the product is the most important thing, but your packaging really does make probably the second most important lasting impression from your business. A nice little personalized thank you note. Obviously you want all of your branding to be cohesive. If the customer feels like they're receiving more of a personal gift, it'll be more memorable to them when they're looking for gifts when it comes to quieter times after Christmas. When it comes to next Christmas, you want your product that you're sending to be memorable for that customer. And also, people who shop small business at Christmas deserve the biggest thank you ever. They deserve a beautiful package, because for them to put trust in you that the item's going to get there, the item's going to be what you've shown on the photos. I just think people who shop small business at Christmas deserve every bit of love, so we deserve to give them a beautiful package to open. Be on it with your packaging, make sure your branding's cohesive, and make sure you've got it all in stock if you can. Tip number 3 is to sell a mixture of both Christmas themed and non-Christmas themed items. So obviously most of us won't be fully Christmas themed shops, like those shops that are fully Christmas all year round, all they sell is Christmas. When it comes to December, people will go there because they are the Christmas shop. A lot of us are just small businesses that sell non-Christmas themed items but enjoy dabbling in the Christmas side of things when it gets to it. So obviously I sell handmade and hand painted ceramics in clay. So this year I've done a mixture of a few Christmassy baubles, a few coasters, and a few vases. But when I've done this previously, the thing is, when you're selling Christmas stock as a non-Christmas small business, if you don't sell that in the 2-month period that you've got, you're stuck with it for another year and you've not made the profit on it. Obviously it's taken up space for the whole year in your workspace, and yeah, it is a worrying thought. And I've definitely offered Christmas decorations or Christmas themed items that I haven't sold before, and I've had them in the studio for a year. But because I just love being creative, I love Christmas, I can't not make Christmas items. The purpose of having Christmas themed items and non-Christmas themed items is people are searching, the most searched term is Christmas decor, Christmas gift, Christmas item. You may not necessarily be coming up in those searches if you don't have anything Christmas themed in your shop. And even if you only have a handful of Christmassy themed items, it gives you more chance of coming up in them searches, and those shoppers may not necessarily buy your Christmas themed item, but it means they'll have eyes on your shop and they may scroll through your shop and think, oh, I like that, I'm gonna get that for my sister, I'm gonna get that for my grandma. And they wouldn't necessarily have found that non-seasonal themed item if they weren't searching for the Christmassy themed item that brought your Christmas themed item up, that led them to your whole shop in general. So I would say definitely, if you can, if it suits your business, if it suits your style, to have a few Christmas items in your shop. And then obviously you want to be fully stocked up on your non-Christmas items as well. So I'm actually I've already slowly been like putting Christmassy themed things in my shop. So in October I had a launch where I launched some clay Christmas jumpers. They were called my ugly jumpers. I've still got quite a few of them on Etsy that I'm hoping will sell throughout November. So I've added a few things like that, and then my main Christmas launch is going to be November 1st. And I'm also doing something I've never done before, where I'm launching a second collection on the same day that isn't Christmas themed, which is going to be my ocean collection. I'm toying with the idea of 3 collections if I can get it finished, which will be the fairy collection, which is obviously a lot of work for me, a lot of pressure on me to do 3 collections in one launch, but they are quite small collections, so fingers crossed that it will be 3 collections, but for now it's the Christmas collection and the ocean themed collection. The bottom line is to have Christmas items so that it will get your shop views up and people searching for Christmas gifts will find your business, and then also have what your business sells. So for me, it's funky, colourful, hand-painted, handmade home decor that people will be able to buy as gifts. My final point on tip number 3 is that after doing some research, I found that people are wanting this year really cosy, friendly, handmade style gifts that can be used all year round. Obviously it makes it more cost effective and budget effective, which how the world is right now and the time that we're living in is really important to people and to customers shopping with small businesses this Christmas and shopping anywhere for Christmas gifts, to be fair. So yeah, you want your main focus to be a cozy and friendly gift that can be used all year round. My final tip is tip number 4. This applies mostly to Etsy. Again, you can cross it over to whatever platform you sell on, but make sure your listings are up to date. So that includes photos. On Etsy, you want all 10 photos. You want a mixture of the item with plain surroundings so that we can see fully the item. You want you or somebody using the item. You want lifestyle shots. You want a full mixture of within the 10 photos. You also, if you can, want to include your video of you using the item, making the item that has been proven to bring shoppers into the listing. You want to make sure your tags are up to date, which tags are not something I'm fully confident with just yet, like SEO and everything like that. I don't know whether I want to take a course. I don't know whether I just need to do some more research. If a listing is doing good, you're not supposed to touch it. However, if a listing's been up for more than 30 days and hasn't had too much action, then you can change the tags in the listing. But if you change a good listing, it can do the opposite of what you want it to do. Like, it can switch the algorithm to not show the item, sort of thing. So yeah, you want to make sure that you've utilized all of your tags. An example of how I'm going to utilize tags on my Etsy shop this year is, for example, you might think a good tag is to put Christmas gift. However, you are absolutely in the, how many people are selling on Etsy now? You are never going to stand out if you are using the tag Christmas gift on your listing. So you want to look at what brings people into your shop already. So for me, for example, if a customer found my listing through searching for funky vase, I would slightly change the Christmas gift to funky Christmas gift or funky Christmas vase, or just making sure that you utilize how shoppers already find your listings and then add in the Christmas gifting element into it. But if you have any more advice for me and for others watching this video on tags, SEO, anything like that, please let us know in the comments, because it's honestly a minefield. You also want to make sure your postage estimations and your shop policies are up to date. So obviously during the Christmas busier period, you want to have in your announcement on Etsy, you want to have in your descriptions, you want to have it on a note to customers, this is the estimated, bold estimated delivery time, and make sure you keep up to date with any Royal Mail strikes, delays, anything like that, so you can include that in your announcement, your description, to make the customer as aware as you possibly can of how long the delivery is going to take. And also make sure your shop policies are up to date, so that includes returns. You don't want to be, especially for myself as a handmade business, I don't accept returns. It's just impossible for me to accept a return. I'm too small of a business, and especially if I've handmade each item, wouldn't be a way for me to run this business. If I was sending out items, accepting returns, it just wouldn't work for me. So it's not something I've personally had any problems with. and I always just make sure that it's clear in the descriptions of each listing that returns are not accepted. So that is my 4 best tips for getting organised as a small business for the festive, busy Christmas sales period. And other than that, it's just all about keeping organised, keeping your workspace clean, tidy as much as possible to keep your headspace focused on the orders, what you've got to do, and just being really grateful to anybody that's choosing to shop with you this Christmas season. Obviously, as a handmade business, we can't always offer the most budget friendly options. For example, if you were shopping high street and getting things for £1 to £2. However, every single thing we make, we put so much love and care into it, and we just appreciate every single person who decides to shop small for the Christmas period. If you did enjoy this video, I'd love to make more like it, so make sure you give it a like and subscribe to my channel to stay tuned for how I get on during the Christmas period. I've got my fingers crossed for me, for all of you guys watching as small businesses, that we have really good Christmas sales periods and everything goes as smoothly as it possibly can, and yeah, we just have a really good year so that we can go into the new year with a fresh mindset. If you do want to see anything else like this, let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to do that for you all, and I will hopefully see you in the next video.